Hi, it's Thomas Cook from Toronto's real estate team at RE/MAX, and here's our April 2015 Toronto real estate market report. The spring market hit with a bang in April after a frigid winter and late spring, with record sales and record average sale price. I'll comment more on that in this broadcast as we go through the market report. So, let's review some of the Toronto Real Estate Board statistics and see what this is all about. Sales were up 17% for April compared to last year, with 11,303 houses and condominiums changing hands in all the districts. This was the most sales ever recorded by the Toronto Real Estate Board for any month ever. Sales were actually up 30% above the last 15-year average. Condo, townhouse, and high-rise suites dropped their share of the market slightly to 29.3%. with 3,314 units being sold. However, this was the second highest number of condos ever sold in a month. The April average sale price for all GTA homes came in at $635,932, up 10% from 2014, and up 3.6% from March. This also was the highest monthly average price ever seen on TREB. The active listing inventory is one of the strongest indicators of how smooth or outrageous the market is going to be. We had a 19% decline in inventory for the month of April compared to historical numbers, and lower by 10% from last year at this time. The sales to listings, or percent chance of selling ratio, is how we determine what type of market we're actually in. 24 to 28% is a neutral market, below 24 is a buyer's market, and above 28 is a seller's market. In April, that ratio finished at an astonishing 65.8%, up 15% from last year's result, and again the highest ever seen in the GTA. By the numbers, the overall market is an extremely busy seller market territory. The days on market average for the entire Toronto Real Estate Board was 18. The lack of adequate listing inventory is now a serious buyer problem. Until we reach an extended time frame where listings grow faster than sales, annual sale price growth will continue. So let's look at what's happening in the downtown Toronto condominium market. West of Yonge and south of Bloor in the CO1 TREB district, the average sale price for April was just over $439,500. That average didn't change from the same time last year. With 443 condo sales in the month, the numbers were up 31% compared to 2014. There were 1,414 active listings on the market in April, about the same as last year. The ratio of sales to listings increased again this month to 31.3%, which puts CO1 now into seller market territory. And the average days on market came in at 27, which was one day faster than in March. Now, east of Yonge and south of Bloor in the CO8 TREB district, the average sale price for April was just over $441,500. That number represented a modest 2.4% increase from 2014. And with 174 condo sales in the month, the numbers were 22% higher than last year. There were 387 active listings on the market in April, almost identical to 2014. The ratio of sales to listings rose to 45% in April, and that number puts CO8 into busy seller market territory. The average days on market came in at 25, one day faster than last month. And CO8 had the highest number of sales since June 2011, but with a higher listing inventory this year. And that makes sense with the increased number of condo buildings that have been built and occupied in the last 4 years. Although still affordable, the average sale price of a condo in Toronto hit a high of $407,612 for the first time ever. The big headlines in the newspapers are always about how high prices have gone in the GTA, and they're absolutely right. But there are still plenty of homes, including detached, semis, and townhouses, priced below $500,000 that sell every month. You can see from this chart the numbers of homes of all types selling in various price ranges. Obviously, you're not going to get a $300,000 house in Rosedale, but if you're flexible about where you want to live, there are choices out there. So what's a terrific way to make your first baby step into Toronto's real estate market and find out where those most affordable choices are? The best first step is to go on a market experience tour of condo or house neighborhoods with one of our team members. Leave your checkbook at home. What a tour is not intended to do is show you homes with the intention that you'd immediately buy one. What it is intended to do is to give you a chance to get a clearer idea of what's available on the market in your favorite parts of the city and in your price range without worrying about being pressured into having to make an immediate buying decision. Once you've had your tour, we want you to go back home and think about what you saw. You'll then be better able to set up a good home buying plan and make smart, educated decisions about where and when you want to be in your new home. You can sign up for your condo tour at dailydowntowncondotours.com. That's dailydowntowncondotours.com. And a tour of houses at dailytorontohometours.com. That's dailytorontohometours.com. And remember to check back here in early June for our May Toronto Real Estate Market Report.